Hi there, this is Mark from Get Up and Running, and today we're going to talk about how to set up Mercury on Windows XP using XAMPP. Now, one of the issues that people have running a web server on localhost is actually it's usually completely new to them. They've never done it before. And the kind of scenario we're looking at is setting up a web application that requires a web server so that you can send things like confirmation emails, or it can send new passwords to various users, and you want to be able to test that on a local host. Now, we're not talking about here setting up a mail server that can be just replace any other mail server you've got. This isn't a live environment, this is just a local host environment to test your applications before you upload it onto a live server, which will hopefully have everything set up for you already if you're on a shared host. So let's begin with a simple scenario. I've written a very simple email program that's going to send an email, and this is the kind of error you're getting. SMTP server response 550, unable to relay for whatever email address you're sending it to. So what I'm going to do is talk you through what you need to set up to get Mercury running on XAMPP, and then how to test that, and then show you the same program actually working properly. Okay, so the first place we need to start is on XAMPP. So what you need to do is just start up your XAMPP control panel, and on your control panel you'll see Mercury. It doesn't run by default, so the best thing to do is just start it. Remember, whenever you're testing it, if one reason why it might not be working is because it's actually not running, and it's the old computer admin problem. Is it on? Is it plugged in? Okay, so we've started it, and we just need to click on the admin panel, and here we go. Here's the Mercury admin panel, and you'll see there's lots and lots of windows here, and it's a bit overwhelming if you're not used to these various things. There's actually only a couple of windows you need to look at to set this up. We go to configuration, and what we need to do is actually set up local users. Generally speaking, the default setup will work on your computer. There may be reasons why it won't work after this, and most likely it's because there's already a mail server. You've tried a few mail servers and they're all competing on the same port, so make sure that that's right. I mean, for example, you might have IIS installed and XAMPP as well, so make sure that there aren't any clashes there. And what we're going to do is we're going to add a couple of new users, and the advice here is just keep things simple. So don't use any full stops or any other non-letter or number characters. So I'm going to create two new users, Mark Test 1 and Mark Test 2. Test 1, and give it a simple password, which, since this is just localhost, doesn't matter. I'm just going to put it password and click OK, and I'm going to create another one just to show you what happens if you type in something wrong. Actually, I'll put in .2, and get our correct password, I think. Okay. Mercury doesn't tell you why it's gone wrong. You just get the, and then you know it's wrong. So if you just change that dot, take that dot out, it'll accept it. Okay, so we've got two new users. We've got Mercury running. So that is pretty much it from the standpoint of the server. It's set up, it's running, you're ready to go. So we want to test this, and the best way of testing it is really go to your email client like Thunderbird, which I use, or Outlook Express, and set up those 2 new accounts on your email client. So we're going to create a new account for each of those users. So we're going to go mark test 1, and the email address is marktest1@localhost. It's not localhost.com, it's just localhost. We're going to have a POP, and our incoming server is localhost. And we're not going to use the global inbox, we're going to create our own SMTP. So the incoming username and the outgoing username, the same, it's right. Account name, yeah. And finish. Okay, it's just asked me to download. So the password was password, of course. Password, click OK. Right, so that's mark test 1. We're going to create another account, and that's going to be mark test 2, of course. Test 2, mark test 2, localhost. Again, the incoming server is localhost. Okay. There we go. That's right. That's right. Finish. Okay, so we've got our 2 new accounts set up. We do need to set up an SMTP as well. So this is set up the POP, and it's using the default SMTP, which could be anything, of course. Oops. So we want account settings. We're going to click on the outgoing SMTP server, and we're going to add a new one. So this is localhost 1. Server name, of course, localhost. Username, password is mark test. Okay, we'll add another one. Localhost 2, localhost, username, mark test 2. Okay, so those set up. We do need to change our server settings. So the outgoing SMTP server is the right one. There we go. Right, we should be ready to fly. So the easiest way of testing that is write a message. So I'm going to send a message to mark test 2 at localhost. Hello, hello, and send. It's sent. Get the email from mark test 2. I just need to type in our password, of course. There we go. One email from mark test 2. Let's make sure it goes back the other way. There we go. It's gone back the other way. So we know it's working. We know it's working. Now we need to test our program to see if that now works. So you saw this failed earlier on. So it's just refresh this. Our email has been sent. So let's go back to our email client. Let's update our messages. There we go. Mark test 2. Got a message from test. And that's it.